It's 10:30. I'm about to head out. Just before I was like ready to go earlier, but then I just had to do all these things at home, like get the house ready, clean and whatnot. And I only do this because I'm heading out and I'll most likely be gone all night. And it's my way of saying, actually, it's my way of compensating for not being around. So I've done all that, watered the grass because tomorrow's going to be super, super hot. But yeah, so got some fruit, just trying to stay healthy, and we're heading out. You can see the other Type R has gone. I will be seeing it in a couple of days anyway, so I've got some other things that I have to drop off for it. And today we're taking the EH sedan. As I was saying, I'm taking out the sedan tonight just so I can get some hours in this car so we can eventually see how the fix on the wheels went, because like I said, it accumulates dust like no tomorrow. And what I did today, like out of all the days that I decided not to record what I was doing, was I was just all over the place today. I was working on literally every little thing. And one of my biggest accomplishments today was I managed to remove most of all the paint from my old gearbox. So that one is looking brand spanking, slightly blotchy painted gearbox for sale. So if anyone wants a DC5R 6-speed with a 4.3 final drive ready for boost, but the only problem is there is a clunk on deceleration for the box, and I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with it. It still drives and everything, gets into gear fine, but like I said, the only problem is the deceleration clunk. And I'm suspecting that it's probably from the 4.3 final drive that was initially installed, and Voda was saying that the clearances haven't been set properly, and that's what we're thinking. But it's not worth it for me to put it back in the car. And because of that, what I'll do is I'll offer a warranty to anyone that buys it. In terms of warranty, a refund for anyone that buys it and then finds out that, oh, it's not the final drive, it's something else, and I'll give you your money back. Is that fair? Because like I said, once I do that, then if I know that gearbox can't be saved or it's something else, then I may as well just take the LSD from the car, from the box, and put it into my 5-speed. So it kind of works out either way. So let me know if no one buys it, then I'll just cannibalize the box anyway, and I'll take it for parts. So yeah. And like from my earlier post today, for those that follow me on Instagram, I updated some footage of the EG, and it's slowly getting fixed. But the major problem is, because it's slowly getting fixed, that we're slowly finding out the actual problems, and I'm currently in between of whether or not I should just refreshen it or replace it as a whole. The biggest impact is my ECU is cactus, and I'm not too sure why, because the original ECU that I got was from a DC2R Ozspec with the immobilizer in it, and all I did was remove the immobilizer chip. The reason why I knew I removed the immobilizer chip is because it started after that, because before that it wouldn't start regardless, and then as soon as I took it out, it started. So I've probably mucked something up there, as expected. So I have to replace the ECU with something else. And Voda's been saying that he's got another customer that has a possible ECU that I could possibly buy, but I'm just weighing it up versus, do I go with that ECU, or do I just get a stock ECU and we chip it? I don't know anything about ECUs, and I don't know anything about which option to go, besides the fact that it's going to cost me money. So I am contemplating selling my genuine spoon mirrors for EG. I'll show you some photos and whatnot. They're genuine. They haven't been cut. Nothing's been done to them. They're just dirty and they've been picking up dust. So maybe I'll put them up for sale, because I don't use them, because all the cars I have are too vibration-y. And because they're too vibration-y, I can't see anything out of the car anyway. But it's just one thing that I'm gonna have to possibly let go of, so I can fund this and get this EG on the road. With the sedan today, I really enjoyed the sedan, minus all the little key things that, not all the little problems that are in this car. Hold up, fuck it, every time I talk. Ah, fucking hell. So like I was saying, I really enjoy driving the sedan, but minus all those little things that I have to fix on the car, and it's just tedious things, just wear and tear parts. Like, I've got a number of bushings in this car that need to be changed. And the original idea was to move my K20 into this car. But during that time, years and years ago, I managed to acquire the DC2. And then that became the focus of everything, just by opportunity. And I kind of neglected this whole car. And that was the whole reason of buying the sedan in the first place, is because when I was, say, 17, my neighbor got one of these cars. And this was his first car. It was really cool because he had one, a GLI. It was maroon, and it's probably one of the first EG sedans that I saw. So I naturally kind of grew an attachment to the sedan shape. Oh, don't get me wrong, I do like the EGs, but I do prefer the EK a little bit more. And just by opportunity and life circumstances and whatnot, I ended up with the EG, because when I was 18, I bought my first EG for $1,000. It was a yellow EG, 1.3 litre carburetor Breeze, and that's where my life went to crap. You know what's crazy? The amount of people that I have, the amount of friends that I have that I've never met in person, purely because they are Instagram friends or Facebook friends, and I've never ever spoken to them in person in my life. And every now and then I get an opportunity to meet someone, and today the person we're meeting, his name is Ninos, and he's got a number of cool Hondas. He goes through a number of cool Hondas, and now he's got an ED or an EF or something like that. I don't know anything about that chassis. It looks so good. Oh, it's even got the wing. Very nice. Oh, minus my shadow. So clean. I'm not too sure what's happening, but today there's a lot of people. There's even a videographer. And we've got a club spec. Very nice cars. Do you guys have a meet here today or something?
Oh, no. Just going out, hanging out.
All the Subarus. Well, 3 in particular. Something about the BRZs, I actually really enjoy the chassis now. I never really enjoyed it back then, but it's growing on me. Is this wider than usual? What the hell? Eating a lot of cool faces. We just met Vu before. He's a videographer, so he'll be uploading a video very soon. So, and we have a R34. My Tegra will smoke this. I'm kidding. He won't. Not too sure why everyone's out. Must be the weather, but a whole bunch of jazzers are out and about today. So, a couple new jazzers, newly owned jazzers, a couple of jazzers with BBKs, and we've got Kai in his EV. He's got too many cars. Goddamn hoons. Whoa, 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 look who it is. Just everyone admiring Ninos's ED with his EF front. ZC swapped engine. Pretty cool hang out with everyone. It brings back those days, those good old days of people at Derrimut Car Wash. Ah, I miss those days. Hello. It is 2:30 at the moment and I'm heading home. What a turnout today. So much people, so many groups. It was pretty awesome meeting everyone as usual. It's just good to get out and about and got to enjoy the car, got to meet new faces, a couple of new friends on Instagram. And like I said, I've got a couple of friends with some drama, but all in all, good night. It's always a pleasure to see everyone. Good night, guys.